your take on Mosley Saturday night?
I mean, he just looks slow. I mean, it doesn't. It seems like he's past. It's past him now. You know, I mean, he's a great fighter, man. He was a great fighter in his day, but he's trying out there as best he can. Absolutely. But he just doesn't. I don't think he has it anymore.
But I've seen you, and I've seen you get older, and there was never not a willingness to engage. One of the reasons people loved you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the only way I know how to fight.
Right.
I come forward and I fight and try to knock the guy out. But I don't know that he wasn't trying to engage. I think he was trying to win. He was trying to. I think he's a fighter. He was trying to win out there.
He even said, "I didn't want to take the risk." And one of the reasons to me that we've watched him, that people love him, is that there was a willingness. I don't care. I will take the risk. It's going to be balls out. This is the way it is.
Well, you know what? Things can happen to a guy that didn't happen previously. Like I remember I talked to Hoist Gracie walking in to fight Matt Hughes. And Hoist said, he said to himself, what am I doing here? I don't want to fight. He started thinking of his children. And he said, I never had that thought in my mind before. He said, I didn't really want to be there. So he started thinking about his age, you know, and I mean, that can happen to a guy overnight.
Do you ever think about that?
No, I don't think, no. I love fighting. I mean, I love what I did. And if I could still take a punch, I'd still be out there fighting.
Chuck, let me ask you a question. Going into it, and you had a couple of fights where you had the lights turned out, and were you concerned about that?
No, you know what? I never really worried about it. I think if I worried about what, and that's because now I'm worried about it. That's why I'm not doing it anymore. Yeah. If I worried about it, I wouldn't go out there. That's my thing.
When you started worrying about it, you quit.
Back, it's starting. It really kind of. I made other excuses for other times. Oh, maybe I wasn't training as hard. Maybe I was doing this wrong. But I did everything right for that fight. I did everything. I was in great shape.
We both saw it. You were ahead. And how do you deal with that?
I made the decision because of that. That's like I said, I got caught with, it's one of those things. I can't. You got to deal with it. It's not. I mean, it's time. Sooner or later, as a fighter, sooner or later you're gonna have to retire. It's not.
That's right.
It is but it is a tough thing. It's the hardest thing in the world for me. Was to accept. Even I waited 3 months after I decided to tell anybody because. I just didn't want to deal with talking to her and explaining it because it's hard because all I've ever done is train. And train for a fight, train for a wrestling match, train for football.
You had a tremendous fan base, tremendous success. A lot of people looked at you like the face of the,
He was the face.
Yeah, I mean,
he was Babe Ruth of the UFC.
So, I mean, you should be proud of yourself for sure.
Yeah, I had a great career.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Is there anything you've done, in your estimation, that's more courageous than retiring, than knowing yourself well enough to know, I got to give it up? Because I see guys keep coming back, and they wind up as mummies.
Well, yeah, that's one thing I don't want to end up being. My thing is, if I'm not, for me, the thing was, if I'm not in there going after the title and being in contention for the title and being able to beat the guys that are having that title, I don't want to be there. I've done everything. I fought plenty. I've done it. I fought for a long time. I fought between kickboxing and MMA 18 years.
You're 42. You don't want to fight anymore now. I mean, you don't want to be Randy Couture and fight till you're 48. Wasn't he 48?
What's something?
Boy, that kick was something, huh?
Oh. Crossover front kick. Good old school
What
karate
did you
kick.
think when Randy Couture knocked out? What do you think?
You could almost see it coming. He was like he was underwater.
He was having a hard time taking him down, and it's a dangerous position to be fighting when you fight Machida. If you stay at that distance with Machida, it's dangerous. He's got, again, he can pull out a classic karate kick.
Did you feel sorry for him? This is a guy, a guy whose career is connected with your own.
Sorry for him. No, he went out the way he wanted to. He said that win or lose is his last fight. Yeah. He went out and tried, gave it a shot, and it didn't work. He was in shape. He was good.
He's the only guy I know, with the possible exception of Chuck, who could get his teeth knocked out and leave to a standing ovation by 55,000 people.
Wow, he earned that.
He did earn
He
that.
earned that over years.
But that's really what we're
Yeah.
talking about here.
Yeah.
That's what Shane Mosley did not earn.
Well, you
know,
he
I
was.
mean,
Listen, Shane's had a lot of wars, a lot of great
People-
fights. The last night, you know, it could be Styles. It's hard to say it.
you're remembered well if you go out the way you fought. The last fight. Look, he got knocked out in his last fight, but he went balls out.
I'd say I went out the way I fight. I fought my way. I could have tried. Well, you should have tried to change and wrestle more. I went out my way. I fought the way I went. No, I went out and fought the way I fight. I went out on my shield. That's it.
That's right.
Done.
That's right.
See you next time for another round.